Standing as one of the most sought-after superstars on the WWE roster, Paige held the world at the tip of her fingers, not just with her incredible performance, but also with her dazzling charm. Unfortunately for her, being the sexiest and hottest woman in the WWE roster doesn't stop you from slipping up, which she did. Paige suffered one of the worst data hacks and leaks in WWE history. Now, one of the leaked footage has gone viral. Spoiler alert, she was seen having intercourse with more than one male wrestler. Today, we'll look into Paige's newest leaks that have blown up the internet, the viral video. Most people have heard about the shocking new Paige video that's hit the internet. However, most people don't know what it's about and the dark truth that led up to it. Naked photos and videos of the former WWE superstar were put online, which she confirmed were hers. Some videos show the superstar performing a solo act with a sex toy. On seeing this, most people might think there is no harm in someone pleasuring themselves, but it doesn't stop there. Another video showed her engaging in oral sex. The videos that stunned everyone the most were those of the superstar engaging in sexual acts with men. One video even showed her having intercourse with not one but two male wrestlers, showing just how much the former WWE wrestler and diva loved wrestling off the stage. It's one thing to have sex with a man, but two men at once is a whole new ballgame for this sexy wrestler. Bear in mind that these wrestlers are her co-workers, making the entire situation more awkward. An explicit shot from the videos even shows her performing a sexual act on the NXT Championship belt. That takes fetishes to a whole new level. How exactly did fans and social media take this? Some fans felt sympathy for the star, as the incident is one that can cause a lot of mental strain on a person. Several well-wishers supported her on various social media platforms, especially Twitter, saying, "She was young when this happened. We all make stupid mistakes when we were young. She's been through so much and overcame so much. Stop trying to tear her down." Friends and family also came to her support in trying times, stating that she was young and naive when performing the act and didn't know any better. Paige's mother, Julia Hamer Beavis, planned on supporting her daughter through the controversy. He said, "People get hacked. Unfortunately, my daughter had. Pics and videos shared from years ago. My husband and I support her 100%, no fault of her own. However, not everyone had the same mindset as her caring supporters. Some pointed out the partialities and inconsistencies in the WWE in regard to Paige's case. These fans also stated that it would be hypocritical to keep Paige on the show because they have let go of a lot of superstars with similar issues. And remember, folks, we can't induct China into the WWE Hall of Fame because she did but hey, we're gonna give Paige a job as an on-screen character." Some fans of the franchise were also completely uninterested in the entire thing. New Paige hits the internet. In other news, tomorrow is going to be Monday. It was also common news that Paige worked as a general manager of SmackDown at the time, and this incident left some fans wondering if she truly deserved her role. Paige's reaction to this entire ordeal also had people talking. She finally opened up about the leaked sex tapes and said, "I had days where I wanted to physically harm myself." The former WWE superstar had actually considered harming herself from the shame and stigma she faced from the internet. Not only for what millions was telling me, but because my family and my husband were suffering the same fate from the internet because of my mistake, she continued. She then confirms that she made a mistake by creating the videos in the first place and feels bad that she isn't the only one who will suffer the consequences of her actions. The superstar's biggest fear wasn't even her career being in jeopardy. It was the fear of losing her husband and family. But the one thing that was the hardest was thinking, "My husband is gonna leave me. My family will disown me," Paige said. She also added, "But I'm blessed beyond words to have a family and a husband that stuck by me because they know who I am. They know I'm not a bad person." Paige wasn't teary-eyed about the situation, as she also lashed out at the culture that anonymously shames people on the internet. How many people have to suffer because of the internet and the cowards behind the keyboard? Or how many men and women have fell into the same trap as me and made those mistakes, she said online. The greatest support she received was from her husband-to-be, fellow WWE star Jose Alberto Rodriguez, popularly known by his stage name, Alberto Del Rio. "It doesn't matter how many times you try to break us is not going to happen." This stood as a statement of his love and support for Paige, as he wasn't ready to let anyone or anything stand in their way. "She's better, stronger than all of you. We are getting married Wednesday. Have a nice and go F yourself, haters," the superstar said, solidifying his position on siding with his wife-to-be. Who is Paige? Saraya Jade Beavis, most popularly known by her stage name Paige, is an English professional wrestler and occasional vocalist who took the wrestling world by storm and brought about a lot of changes. Beavis made her debut at the young age of 13 in 2005. At the time, she was known by the ring name Brittany Knight and starred for her family's World Association of Wrestling. This only lasted for a few years, as the WWE was in search of new talent and eventually hired her. Beavis initially began wrestling in the WWE's developmental systems and debuted in Florida Championship Wrestling in 2012. The superstar had uncontainable talent as she went on a winning streak in NXT, a brand under WWE. This winning streak eventually led up to her claiming the NXT Women's Championship belt, a milestone in her career that everyone could see coming. This victory came about after she participated in a tournament to determine the first ever NXT Women's Champion. Beavis made her surprise debut in 2014 and solidified her position at the top by immediately winning the Divas Championship, making herself the youngest Divas champion in history. She was only 21 when she pulled this off, and it showed that she had a lot of potential in her. The story of Beavis's rise to success is almost incomparable to others, as she has inspired so many young women to be strong and fight for what they believe in. This eventually puts her in a position as one of the most recognized and beloved wrestlers to this day. As a young child, Beavis was scared of wrestling because of all the injuries sustained by her family. She wanted to become a zoologist, but this dream didn't pan out. Beavis would occasionally join her brothers in the ring and learn wrestling moves from her father. Beavis's debut in 2005 came as a result of her father asking her to fill in for a wrestler who failed to turn up for a show. Her earliest recorded match was in April 2006, when she took the ring name Brittany Knight. She competed in a triple threat tag team match in the World Association of Wrestling, where her mother, Sweet Saraya, was her tag team partner. Beavis began sending out resumes at the age of 14. She sent her resume to numerous wrestling promotions around Europe and got the opportunity to wrestle in countries like Ireland, Belgium, Turkey, France, Scotland, and Germany. She also featured in wrestling matches in the United States and proved to be strong as she made these journeys on her own. 2009 was a great year for the young star as she defeated numerous opponents, including her mother, Sweet Saraya, to claim various titles. Beavis wrestled against her mother in a 2 out of 3 falls match and defeated her to capture the vacant Hertz and Essex Women's Championship. She fought and defeated her mother once again to capture the WOW British Championship. Beavis captured several other titles later that year, including the Real Deal Wrestling Women's Championship and the RQW Women's Championship. Her domination spread across Europe as she also debuted for the all-female promotion Shimmer Women Athletes in March 2011. She claimed her first victory in a tag team match with her mother as her tag team partner. They were managed by Rebecca Knox, who is popularly known as Becky Lynch. Beavis was interested in joining the WWE as it was considered to be the best wrestling promotion at the time. She received news of tryouts for the promotion when a talent scout came to a show in England. Although she was unsuccessful in her first try, she succeeded in her second try in April 2011. Beavis signed a contract with WWE and joined their then developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling. Her debut for the FCW came at a house show in January 2012, where she took the ring name Saraya. She eventually changed her ring name as she made her first televised appearance in February 2012. She took the name Paige in homage to Paige Matthews from Charmed, a character who had a butt chin like me. WWE soon rebranded their developmental territory FCW into NXT, and Beavis's debut came on its 3rd episode. She unfortunately lost that fight, but after gaining a large surge in crowd support, went on a winning streak. Beavis entered a tournament to determine the first NXT Women's Champion. She made it to the final and defeated Emma to become the inaugural champion. She made her first successful title defense against Summer Rae. She made her main roster debut on the 7th of April 2014, where she got into an impromptu match against the then Divas champion AJ Lee. Beavis won this match and became the youngest Divas champion in history. She was also the first and only woman to hold both the Diva and NXT Women's Championships at the same time. However, the superstar was forced to vacate her NXT Women's Championship and not defend it again due to her victory over AJ Lee and being the Divas champion. This brought her 301-day reign as NXT Women's Champion to an abrupt end. Some believe that the title reign could have gone on for much longer, while others have their doubts. The phenomenal athlete suffered her first defeat on the main roster on an episode of Raw against Alicia Fox. Luckily, this wasn't a title match and Beavis retained her title. She had her first title defense in an impromptu match against Brie Bella. This match was forced to end in a no contest due to Kane's interruption. The Big Red Machine viciously attacked Brie Bella while Beavis escaped for her dear life. Beavis formed several alliances with other stars, but none were enough to save her from the torment she had to endure under the Bella Twins. The former champion ended up being outnumbered by the Bella Twins and their ally Alicia Fox. Stephanie McMahon, daughter of the former CEO of WWE Vince McMahon, called for a revolution in the Divas division. McMahon introduced Charlotte Flair, daughter of the esteemed Hall of Famer Ric Flair, and Becky Lynch. Both Charlotte and Lynch were introduced as Beavis' new allies, while NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks became an ally of Naomi and Tamina. This newfound improvement for Beavis only lasted for 2 months, as she turned on her partners and cut a worked-shoot promo. She berated several members of the Divas division and slandered Charlotte, saying that she was only in the promotion because of her father. Beavis crowned her career as a 2-time Divas champion, gathering fans from around the world with her charms, personality, and antics. Her ability to turn from a sweet and kind teammate to a ruthless betrayer also intrigued fans and kept her as a character of interest. Although Beavis' career was well decorated with titles and victories, she had her challenges outside the ring, as the injury she feared as a child came to haunt her. She sustained a terrifying injury while participating in a 6-woman tag team match in New York. She went on to describe this incident as losing feelings in her limbs when the injury occurred. Beavis feared that she had been paralyzed by the injury, and her co-worker Sasha Banks didn't let her continue. Aside from suffering severe injuries, Beavis' private life has been encroached on several times. She has had her private information and videos released on the internet, which led to severe deterioration of her mental health. She proved to be a fighter, as she was able to bounce back from the haunting situations. These incidents molded Beavis into a proper woman and fan-favorite star, and also strengthened the bond she had with her family, which stood with her through it all: the legal battle. It's not news that celebrities often have their personal information stolen from their mobile devices due to hacks and glitches. Some of these stars lose not just information, but sensitive content and personal items. Sometimes hackers find old and abandoned mail accounts that can be used to log into some social media. These hackers use this to gain access to their victim's personal life and steal all the information they need. Hackers often use this acquired information for blackmail purposes or public defamation of whoever it is they hacked. Beavis was an unfortunate victim of this, as her phone was hacked and her private information was leaked to the public. It didn't stop there, as the hackers found several nude photos and sexual videos on her devices. They released these videos and images to the public against the owner's will, causing a ruckus on the internet. Unfortunately for Beavis, most people didn't see it from her perspective, as they thought the videos were published intentionally. Beavis did confirm that she was a victim of a phone hack, and stated in a tweet that the images and videos released were done without her consent. Personal and private photos of mine were stolen, and unfortunately, they were shared publicly without my consent, the 2-time WWE Divas champion posted. The content of the leak was rather explicit and didn't seem like something the star would willingly post. It also contained other individuals who didn't give the star their consent to release it to the internet. Beavis' mother, Saraya Knight, informed the public that the family intends to take legal action against the person who hacked her daughter's phone and released the videos and images. She made this statement via a tweet on Twitter. In her tweet, she informed fans and members of the public that the hacker's IP address had been identified. The family wasted no time in emailing a lawyer to seek legal action against the culprit. Unfortunately, Saraya deleted the tweet, but several people saw it before she could do so. Beavis' siblings also appreciated fans and well-wishers, as the support for her sister continued increasing. One man even claimed to have the perpetrator's details and offered to help the family catch him. Saraya Knight was hurriedly obliged to accept this offer, but the outcome remains unknown. This leak didn't affect just Beavis, as the other superstars featured in the video reacted to the entire ordeal. Brad Maddox, a former WWE superstar who was Beavis' love interest at the time, deleted all of his social media accounts following these leaks. Xavier Woods, who appeared at the SSSW Gaming Awards, made a minor mention of the incident by telling fans to delete their Twitter accounts. Beavis isn't the only superstar to suffer hacks and leaks of private photos and videos on the internet. There are a lot more victims than you think, as this has become a major problem for WWE superstars and celebrities in general. Mind you, some of these names are rather surprising to hear on a list like this. As we all know, Xavier Woods of The New Day was featured in one of Beavis' leaked videos. Brad Maddox was also featured in the video and appeared to have been the one taking the photos and videos. This brought about speculations as to whether he was the victim of the hack, but those were quickly debunked. Shortly after this major leak, several other superstars began suffering leaks. This time it was on an even higher scale, scale than usual. Charlotte Flair is among one of the most recent photo hack victims. She had several explicit pictures of her stolen and posted on the internet without her consent. The former champion tweeted, "Private photos of mine were stolen and shared publicly without my consent. These images must be removed from the internet immediately." Charlotte's leak brought about major concerns as she was positioned as the face of WWE. The company was emphasizing women's wrestling, and having one of their frontliners being defamed and embarrassed was not what they needed at the time. Maria Kanellis, popularly known as Maria, suffered a similar fate as she had several explicit images and videos of herself posted online. It was unclear when the photos and videos were taken, but this did put a shock on several wrestlers, including Maria herself. Maria was not in a tolerant mood as she went on to bash the people responsible for her leaked explicit content. The problem is the intrusion of privacy. The sad humans that cannot make a happy, healthy life of their own, the superstar said. She also adds that the perpetrators do not have enough love of their own and must steal it from others. Mommy and Daddy pity the people that have enough time on their hands to fish through our photos, but no time to make a life of their own. Lisa Marie Varon, who is popularly known by her stage name, Victoria, was another victim of this devastating leak. Unfortunately for her, the content of this leak was rather clear and depicted the superstar performing oral sex with an unidentified man. The former champion had over 91 images of her shared on different websites. The photos showed the superstar in different states of undress, with her breasts exposed in almost all of them. Some photos even show her having sex with the unidentified man. These photos suggest that there is a sex tape, but none have been released so far. Next on this sad list of victims, we have Caitlyn, whose real name is Celeste Beryl Bonin. The former WWE superstar and WWE Divas champion had some of her topless pictures shared on the internet, also without her consent or knowledge. The most surprising name on this list is none other than Seth Rollins. The architect found himself in a bad situation as some of his explicit images were shared on the internet. However, this incident was not a data hack or theft. This was simply the act of an angry ex-girlfriend seeking revenge on her former partner. Investigation revealed that Leila Schultz, Seth Rollins' ex-fiancée, was the one to post the explicit photos of the superstar on the internet. The five-time world champion came to fans with an apology for the ordeal. "I would like to apologize to all the WWE fans and my family and friends for private photographs that were distributed without my consent." The list doesn't end there, as there were reports that Alexis Kaufman, who goes by the ring name Alexa Bliss, was also a victim of the photo hack. The circulating images looked like Bliss and made people believe it truly was her. However, Bliss repeatedly said that the pictures aren't real and completely denied them. Aftermath. This entire ordeal took a heavy toll on the two-time WWE Diva champion. Beavis revealed just exactly what she went through during the incident and after it mellowed down. "I lost all my hair. I had some really horrible thoughts. I had to go to therapy," she said, pointing out that she suffered from stress-induced alopecia. She also added that it took her a while to get over it. "No woman wants to go through that," a statement which had a lot of truth behind it, as no one would want to go through such traumatizing mental anguish. Now the superstar works to make sure others don't fall into the same mistake she did. "There's nothing I can do about it, so why am I still dwelling on it? It happened. People have seen it. Like I can use this to help others now," she said. She also mentioned the effort she's putting in with the Bella twins. "So now I'm going with the Bella twins, and we went to a woman's hostel place with kids and stuff. Like I get to go talk to kids about it," she said. She also instructs them not to do certain things with their phones. "I'm just like, hey, like never do something when it comes to your phones." Beavis gives stern advice to the young girls she encounters as she points out how different the world is. "Because like this is a different world nowadays. Like things come out and things happen," she said, and also advised them to think twice about what they do so they don't end up making the same mistakes she did. Beavis proved just how strong she is as she didn't allow herself to be weighed down by the emotional strain the incident put on her. She took the lessons from it and tried moving on, but this didn't stop her family and loved ones from pointing fingers and searching for those responsible. The superstar's then fiancé, Jose Alberto Rodriguez, popularly known as Alberto Del Rio, made a video where he pointed fingers at WWE. He held them responsible for the hacking and leak of his fiance's private and explicit materials. In the video, Del Rio can be seen cursing at WWE because he no longer works for the company.
And we have a tire. Tire. What?
Is yours not PG?
Oh, no. The PG is you. You work for that company that is PG. I don't work for that company anymore. Thank God.
He says he knows they are the ones who are putting his fiancée in the situation she is in.
I know it was you. So, I know you did this to me, to my baby, but
Hush, puppy.
I'm gonna prove.
Baby.
Huh? Go to bed. Go to bed.
Del Rio insists that he will prove that the WWE was involved. At a later date, the former WWE superstar called out the company and how they only saw the bad things in his relationship with Paige. There are some dumb asses out there just liking to talk crap about Paige and I or about what we do, he said, and also added that they only see the bad things. They don't see the good things we do. Del Rio had a lot to say about the company he once worked for. He no longer had affiliations with them at the time and was free to speak however he pleased. This allowed the former WWE star and Impact Wrestling superstar to badmouth a certain boss with a big nose. No particular name was mentioned, but some speculate that Del Rio referred to Triple H, those from the WWE, especially the one with the big nose. So I said it again, and I'm going to put it on the site because I don't care anymore, the superstar ranted. The former champion also claimed that WWE wanted him to return for one more run, but swore never to return. I don't plan on going back there. It's them already calling me to go back to that company, but I'm not going back ever, ever, ever. Brad Maddox, Beavis's partner at the time of the leak, made what appeared to be a questionable reaction video to the incident that transpired. In a brief video that remains accessible on the internet, Maddox passes a cryptic message to viewers who wonder if he is in the right state of mind. Maddox suddenly asks viewers if they have ever loved someone who didn't love them back.
You ever loved a woman that didn't love you back? I have. And she was amazing, and she was beautiful, and we had the world together, and then one day, she didn't love me anymore.
Maddox also reminisced about his time in the company and how he worked with the greatest performers in WWE. It seems as though the incident brought a sudden decline in the wrestler's reputation, but that was never confirmed. One major topic on the minds of WWE fans was how the company was going to deal with the leak. Beavis was out of the roster due to a neck injury she suffered, while Xavier Woods was still fully active. At the time, Xavier Woods appeared as one of the biggest stars on Monday Night Raw and was set to host WrestleMania alongside his partners Big E and Kofi Kingston. He was also one of WWE's top merch sellers and a major force in the YouTube community. There are speculations that WWE will deliver some sort of justice to Woods, as Beavis was out of the picture and Maddox was fired 2 years prior. However, a reliable source informed the press that it's unlikely for Beavis and Woods to be punished in any way. This came as a shock to some who heard it, but an explanation came shortly after. WWE superstars have a morality clause in their contracts that prevents them from revealing such indecent acts to the public. In this case, the superstars involved didn't willingly violate the contract due to the fact that the photos and videos were stolen from their private accounts. The situation would have been completely different if Beavis or Woods had knowingly published the materials. Both superstars would have been released from the company almost immediately. WWE has been consistent in how they treat superstars who have their sensitive content released without consent. A similar event occurred with the five-time world champion Seth Rollins. Most people expected the company to let him go after his sensitive content got leaked, but they maintained that the superstar was a victim of the ordeal and didn't leak it intentionally. The company pushed Rollins into becoming the WWE champion at the upcoming WrestleMania. The company is said to be handling the situation properly as they are treating both Beavis and Woods as victims of a crime instead of perpetrators. If you enjoyed the video, don't go anywhere. Just click on any of the cards appearing on your screen right now and get even more exciting content. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.